What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a Thursday night live stream. My name's Jason. This is just Jason Keto. I hope you are all doing well. Someone can give me a thumbs up or thumbs down on the audio and video. Hopefully everything's good. Of course, we check everything before we start, but you just never know. So, see lots of people were hanging out before we started the live stream tonight. Paul and Jason were here earlier today, said hi. Brenda's in the house. Good to see you, Brenda. Kendra's here. Lynn is here. We've got Rick from Twin Brook Acres here tonight. It's good to see you, Rick. Scratch and Pete PA's in the house. Good to see you, Pete. I think that's everyone so far. Everyone's sort of just saying hi to each other. Thanks for coming to the this Thursday night live stream. It's been a couple of weeks. It's amazing how rusty you feel live streaming when you haven't done it for 2 or 3 weeks, but here we are again. Oh, Paul is back. Jesse's here. It's good to see Jesse. Like I say, it's had to take a couple of weeks off. I don't even remember the last time we did a live stream, but yeah, things have been pretty busy. We had last week the over Thursday and Friday kind of thing. My stepson got married, so we had a wedding rehearsal dinner kind of thing on the Thursday night, and then we had the wedding on Friday night of last week. So all of last week was pretty busy. So I do apologize for, not going live for a couple of weeks, but, sometimes life just gets in the way of this YouTube thing kind of thing. So D. Lee is in the house. Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. So yeah, the definitely been a busy couple of weeks, and I also know that we haven't put out any new videos in a couple of weeks. It's been just super busy, and I didn't really want to put out anything that sort of wasn't worth the time, or wasn't worth. I didn't really have the time to put anything together that I felt good about putting out. So we sort of just took a couple of weeks off from doing full-length videos. I've released a couple of shorts and stuff like that we've been cutting out of prior live streams. So that's a nice thing about using StreamYard, is whenever you do a live stream, once you're done, it gives you the option to pull out 3 or 4 shorts out of it, and then you can put those out over time if you want for during the next week kind of thing. So, but I do have plans to put something out tomorrow night at our usual time of 8 p.m. Eastern. I do have the day off work tomorrow, so it should give me some time to come up with something half decent to post as a video. It'll be probably a chaffle recipe. We haven't done a chaffle recipe for a few weeks, so I definitely want to get another one of those out, have a few ideas. And then one other thing we'll do tonight here live on the live stream is we'll spin our wheel of regret kind of thing and see what's going to come up next on the Will It Chaffle series. Can't remember sort of what we got left. Let's pull up our wheel here. We've got anchovies, feta cheese and hard salami, sardines, spinach, strawberry jam and jalapenos, or blueberry and banana peppers. So that's what we have on the wheel right now. If anyone else has a anyone has some other ideas of things to put on the wheel, just let me know. We'll spin it a bit later. But yeah, if you have any other ideas, just let me know and we'll add them onto the wheel. Again, this is sort of just trying to come up with ingredients that are outside of the usual, things we would expect to see in a chaffle kind of thing. Kevin from Tuber Chat is here. It's good to see you, Kevin. Thanks for coming in. Oh, tornado watch right now. Well, that's no good. Well, stay safe. That's crazy weather. I don't know what's going on. It was supposed to get up to like 14 degrees here, and it didn't even get half of that. It was so cold today, and I guess they had another snowstorm out east. So it's just crazy the weather we're having this spring. But yeah, Kevin's, when we were at Tuber Chat last night, Kevin's sort of AI rabbit hole talk got me thinking that we should do a live stream somewhere, sort of talking about technology so that we can, get it out of our systems kind of thing. Because it's one of those things when you're when you start talking about technology during a stream that's not really meant to be about talking about certain topics, it can be hard to stop talking about it, if you know what I mean. So Pete wants it to be 22 Celsius tomorrow. That would be nice. Yeah, it'd be nice for a day off, that's for sure. Just reformatted a computer, set up Claude Cowork, and I'm working on it right this second. Cool. Yeah, I haven't really been doing too much technical this lately. I just had to go do some training for a new wireless key fob system that we have to support. So I had to go to Brampton for some training for that this week, which, on one hand, I don't really like being the one at our company that has to learn all these things, but I also do like learning new things. So it's a give and take, I guess. Aisha's here. Good to see you. If I can get your comment to come up here. 22C sure sounds a lot older. Yeah, than 71F. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for coming in tonight. I do expect that we might be a little quieter than we have been tonight, having taken a couple of weeks off. People may not be getting notifications, and it is true that you're always better off as a creator to try and be consistent with what you do, because that's what YouTube likes you to do. Like, they like you to be, if you're putting out videos, they like you to be as consistent as you can doing that. Same with live streams. If they want you to have a specific day and time every week, that certainly seems to help people know that to look forward to what you're going to be putting out for content or for live streams. And if you're not there at that day and time for a couple of weeks, then unfortunately, people sort of gets out of their memory, I guess. I don't know how you'd say it, but it gets out of the rotation a little bit. So I do expect that it'll take a couple more weeks before we get back to being as busy as we were for a while, but I do appreciate everyone that's here tonight. Colder. Yes. I get what you're saying, Rick. Yeah, 22 degrees Celsius right now would be welcome. That's for sure. Okay, so everyone's just saying hi to each other. And if you do have a channel, as Nightbot's saying there, if you type hashtag Thrive in the chat, then Nightbot will drop a link for your channel for you. So yeah, hopefully everyone's doing good. It seems like we've got quite a few creators in here tonight, so I hope everyone's, doing what they have to do to keep their channel rolling. And as you would say, it's it can be a hard thing to do, I think, sometimes to keep momentum going. And it is really momentum is a huge thing as a creator. I think fighting to get that momentum right up front, and then also trying to keep that momentum. It's hard to say sort of which part of it is harder. I feel like you can gain momentum by being consistent and doing, your best work that you can on a regular basis. And then, eventually I think YouTube does reward creators for being consistent. But it's also quite hard, I think, to maintain that momentum once you start getting it. I have had periods of times where, we had lots of weeks in a row where the momentum was really good. We had lots of engagement and all that. And then all of a sudden things just get shut right off, and you go back to where you started and when you were struggling. So, trying to figure that part of YouTube out, I guess that's what separates the small creators from these big creators that, get hundreds of thousands of views every week kind of thing. So do I have any new truffle recipes in the works? I have a couple of things that I've got sort of on the horizon. Specifically, I'm looking at one that's going to take a little bit of time, and I might be able to do it tomorrow. It's hard to say, as I want, one commenter a few weeks back had mentioned doing a, fried chicken and chaffles kind of thing, like a play on chicken and waffles, which I'm definitely up for trying. I'm just trying to sort out, how I want to do the chicken part. The chaffle part will be fairly easy, but I want to sort of figure out the chicken part. As far as like I want to do, whether I did it, because I'd prefer to do something like an air fried chicken, like a crispy chicken thigh, air fried chickens kind of thing, and then put them on chaffles and, get it like a hot, spicy butter, hot and sweet butter sauce kind of thing to put over it. And I don't know, it's just thoughts that I'm playing around with. I like to do more seafood type chaffles. I'm thinking about doing like a crab meat chaffle. Try that out. Like I say, I've got a few ideas rolling around. It's just getting around to actually doing it. I'm procrastinating and never getting around to it. So thank you for that, Paula. Yeah, it's like I said, it's one of those things that I like about StreamYard. So that short that I put out yesterday talking about my the bump in views that I've seen lately, or had seen lately, on the what I'm calling the, my first viral video as a creator, the peanut butter chocolate chip chaffles that I did a long time ago. not instantly viral, mind you. It was one of those videos that was out for 2 or 3 months before it started picking up steam kind of thing. But yeah, so that came from the last live stream we did when I was talking about that video. And with StreamYard, or at least the version of StreamYard that I have, you can, once the stream is over, you just click, create AI clips, and it goes in and it picks interesting pieces out. And then I just download them and I put them in my editing tool, and then cut out any, dead air and ums and ahs and, all that kind of stuff, just to shorten it as much as I can, and put some titles and, interesting stuff on it, and then post it. It's pretty simple, really. So it is hard sometimes to keep a schedule. Absolutely. And especially, like we've all got, real lives to live too. So, it's one of those things where you have to, I know some people out there are always go, and they never miss a week and all that with YouTube. Unfortunately, I if I had days off during the week, I could probably be a lot more consistent, but ultimately it's on me just to, get the camera out and hit record. That's really what it all comes down to. Henry is here. It's good to see Henry. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for sharing that, Paula. Yeah, peanut butter chocolate chip chaffles, the OG viral video for this channel, I guess you would say. It wasn't the one that sort of got us monetized or anything, but it was the first one that really, took off back in the day. Chickadee chaffles. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Chicken and chaffles sounds good. Yeah, for sure. Make that for dinner sometimes. Chicken tenders dipped in egg wash and covered in pork rind crumbs. Yeah, that sounds good. And then, yeah, baked or air fried. Yeah. Crab meat chaffles would be good too. Yeah. I picked some of that up yesterday, so I'm trying to figure out what I can do with them to make them good as well. So yeah, crunchy chicken is really good for sure. So yeah, like the saying, like I like making, just chicken thighs with the skin on kind of thing. So my idea is that I'm going to make some of those in the air fryer just to crisp up the skin, and then, put them over some basic chaffles, but I'll just make some sweet chaffles kind of thing. And then I've got some sugar-free syrup that I can put on it. It's definitely not maple syrup by any means, but it's pretty good. So crab meat, yep, with Old Bay seasoning. I have that too, so we could definitely do that. Kendra still hasn't tried Old Bay seasoning. Yeah, it's pretty good for sure. Yeah, Jesse's from Maryland, so you have to represent for sure. I think I missed Holla coming in. Where's Holla? Jeez. I know you're here. I don't see you in my chat though. Weird. Yeah, everyone's just saying hi to everyone else. Evelyn's here. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah. Paul is sharing the crunchy onion ring chaffles video. That was the one that got this channel monetized. We went from being not monetized at all to fully monetized because of one video. And this is what I'm saying about momentum. not to talk specifically, well, in that specific instance, when I released that video, it was one of those videos that took off right away. You know, it really picked up instantly. And then I put out another video a week later and it did quite well as well. And then for maybe, 3 months after that, every video that got released did quite well. But then all of a sudden, things just turned right off almost. And it wasn't that I was doing anything different. It's just the way YouTube reacts sometimes, I guess. And that's the other thing too. Like, I know everyone likes the chaffle recipes and, I'm definitely not going to stop making them, but I do find that it's one of those kind of things that people may get a little bit chaffled out, if you would, as far as seeing chaffles every week, especially since the video structure itself is quite the same every week. You know what I mean? It's not like it's not anything exciting at all. It's just the same kind of thing. The only difference is I'm using different ingredients kind of thing. So there's Hala. Thank you for coming by. Yeah, crispy skin for sure. Joe's here. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming. I want to make sure I'm not missing anyone here. Thanks for the reminder to give thumbs up. Really does help for sure. Lisa J. Stocks is in the house. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, onion ring chaffles are definitely, I got it, and I'd like to make those again soon. There's just one of those ideas too that, I'm always thinking, while I'm driving to job sites and stuff like that, I'm thinking, what can I put in chaffle that would be interesting? And then I know other people have done chaffles using onions, but I thought, well, what would happen if you kept the onions in rings and just cooked them into chaffles to try and get close to being an onion ring type thing. So definitely tasty for sure. We took our chaffles on the road back to Chicago, stopped for amazing burgers on the way. Nice. That's cool. Mr. Dustin's in the house. Keto Simple. Thank you for stopping by. I made cream cheese jalapeno chaffles today. Still my favorite. Yes, that is definitely a favorite of mine as well. I picked up some, and I don't know if I'll use these for a chaffle recipe, but I found, and this is nothing exciting or spectacular or unheard of, but I got some dried jalapeno flakes. So it's dried jalapeno peppers that are all ground up, and it looks really good. So I'm looking to use those as part of a chaffle recipe at some point too. So everyone's saying hi to Dustin. It's good to see you, my friend. Mary T, Cato every day. Got a notification. Good to see you all. Happy long weekend. Thank you for stopping by. The egg roll chaffles I made are still my favorite. That sounds really good too. But egg rolls are my favorite. So yeah, I love egg rolls too. They're really good. That's one of those things that I used to love eating before keto, but like making egg roll in a bowl and stuff like that still is really tasty. So yeah, we've decided that it doesn't look like, well, it's not going to happen this week anyways, but the next installment of our creator recipe swap challenge, Kendra from Consume the Goodness is going to make the onion ring chaffles. And then I'll make something that she sends over. Maybe we'll make it a chaffle month kind of thing. So wonder how the new waffle batter I use would work with onions inside. Well, there's only one way to find out, my friend. Just make it happen. Yeah, jalapeno pepper flakes. I'm definitely looking forward to trying them. Yeah. Everything crispy, that's for sure. The it's funny, and I always come back to, I do apologize for always getting back to the YouTube talk, but the one video for the last 2-3 months that has been consistently been being watched has been the one I did, the secret to crispy chaffles every time, where I was adding Parmesan cheese to them. Such a simple recipe, basic chaffle, but you're adding Parmesan cheese to the top and the bottom to make them crispy. Crispy chaffles definitely seem to be something that people enjoy, that's for sure. Yeah, that would be fun, Evelyn, if we did a collab one day, for sure. And Henry's talking about homemade salsa from the garden. That sounds really good. What video was it that someone used to drive up the views? So it was one of my videos that I made for that ketone sensor, this Cybionics thing. I made a couple of videos about it. It was the first one that I made that got picked up and pushed out as YouTube advertising. Well, like I say, it was one of those things where for like a whole week, it was just getting pushed out and getting tons and tons and tons of views, no subscribers, no revenue. But then like clockwork, it was like, you could see where it got lots of views right up till the last minute of an hour. And then it just none after that, 0. So it was definitely one of those things where someone, and I don't know who, someone paid to use that video as advertising for a specific certain amount of time. So ultimately that, I don't like complaining about things. I'll take the watch hours and the views. Obviously that always helps out the channel in the long run. I don't typically worry about hours, like watch time hours on my channel. I'm usually averaging 700, 800, 900 hours a month anyway, so I don't worry about the 4,000 hours for the year that YouTube sort of expects us to get. But again, I'm never going to complain about getting watch time hours. So it's just when you don't get any revenue for those hours, it can be a little disappointing for sure. Almost garden time. Yes, for sure. I need to build a new garden this year. The one I have now is falling apart. So give AdSense for advertiser videos. They figure you've probably already been paid. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like it's, and the way I understand it, if a video is being pushed out through YouTube advertising, what it is your video. Like if you're a regular YouTube viewer, when you click on a video, you get advertisements. Like that's how creators get paid, is from you watching those advertisements. So what happens is someone in my case, paid to use my video as one of those advertisements on other people's watching or watch page. So people watching them, and it's not, even if it just shows up for 2 seconds in someone's video and they click away from it, it's still a view for me. Just like shorts, if shorts show up in someone's feed, even if they're scrolling right past, it's still a view for the creator, but it does not generate anything monetarily or like for money for creators. So ultimately, again, it's not the first time it's happened. There's been other videos of mine that have gotten pushed out through YouTube advertising. Again, I don't know who's doing it. But what I will say is when we get back to talking about momentum, things like that really hurt my channel. It did nothing but bad things for my channel. It completely killed all the momentum I had going. So, it's one of those things where, you get some good things about it, but there's definitely bad things too. So yeah, that short, close to 2 million views, got $405. That's a good paycheck for one video for sure in AdSense. So shorts can make money. And yes, if it had been a long form video, yeah, you could have made a lot more. And that's the thing too. Like if you look at some other creators that have gone through that kind of views on a video, and Dustin, that was great. That video certainly got you a lot of growth in the channel. That's the problem with shorts though, or at least that's the way I look at shorts is 2 million views on a video. To put into reference, other channels I've seen that got 2 million views on a long form video got 45,000 subscribers from it for 2 million views. So that's the kind of perspective I look at it, and like you say, you got over 2,000 subscribers from it, which is great. But now I want to see you get, I'm hoping that, I want to see you get that 2 million views on a regular video too. And then, that's what I want for everybody so that we're all, getting to our 50,000 subscribers and getting our play buttons and stuff like that. So I have had a couple of videos that took off like a rocket, then suddenly flatlined. Yeah. So like I say, last live stream we did, I sort of showed how you can find out if it's being used as advertising. But that's not to say, sometimes videos just take right off for no reason or no reason that you can think of. And then they just die out just as quick. So, but I have noticed 3 or 4 of my videos so far have been used as advertising. So again, I don't know who's doing it, but that's the way it goes, I guess. 2,800 subs. Yeah, you'll be at 10K this week or this weekend, I'm sure. We should get Pete. We should get Dustin committed to the 10K dance club. He's getting closer than I am, so maybe we can talk him into it. So yeah. Well, why don't we why don't we do this? We will add our wheel of misfortune or wheel of regret or wheel of whatever we're going to call it. This is where we've got a bunch of ingredients that we're going to use for will it chaffle videos kind of thing. And we haven't done one. The last one we did was seaweed chaffles, and that was suggested by Lynn, 22QCat. So why don't we spin that wheel again and, see what we can come up with the next video. Like I say, again, we've got anchovies, feta cheese and hard salami, sardines, spinach, strawberry jam and jalapeno, and blueberry and banana peppers. So that's our 6 entries for now. So let us spin the wheel and see what we get this week. Oh, it looks like spinach. Oh, Lynn, you've been picked again. Okay, well, we'll have to see what we can do with that. And definitely, spinach is definitely not one of one of my favorite things, but that's all part of the process. So. Starting a routine for each long form video, making 5 to 10 shorts using info from the long form, linking long form video, hopefully drive traffic to said long form. Yep, that's definitely a good tool. Personally, I've never found it worked, but it's all about consistency, right? So you got to just keep doing it for as long as it takes to work, right? So I'm editing the shorts still for my long form from a few days ago, still to record the shorts for my video today. Cool. I'd be more efficient if I was not here hanging out. Absolutely. Yes, I completely agree, Dustin. I'm too much of a consumer and not enough of a creator. So spanakopita chaffle would be yummy. Let me look up what that means, Evelyn. I've heard of it before, but I don't know sort of what all is in it. Greek spinach pie. That sounds interesting. So yeah, maybe that's something that we can. Paula is saying that she's made them. So yeah, that sounds cool. 2 million view short drove 2,000 views to the video. That's good. Yeah, I would hope if with that many views you get some traffic. Like I say, let's put it into context. I put out a shorts video yesterday or last night kind of thing from my last live stream. And in sort of just under 24 hours, it's only gotten 257 views. At 257 views, it's still sitting over 100% view time. So people are watching it more than once, and it's still not getting pushed out by YouTube. So like, I don't know what it is YouTube wants for shorts. I've had shorts that get 150% average viewed, and it never gets pushed out. So honestly, that's why I don't really bother with shorts anymore. But putting them out right now has been more of a, hey, I got to put something out because I've been slacking with my regular videos. So, but that's cool that you were able to get that kind of traffic on the video that you linked to it for sure. Artichoke spinach dip chaffle sounds interesting. Chuck out the vulgar chef. Yeah, that does not sound. Might be interesting. I'll check it out. Like I say, I'm willing to try and chaffle almost anything. So Holly Springer's here. Thanks for coming in, Holly. Yeah, I saw that, Dustin. I don't personally won't ever talk about them. I want nothing to do with them. I don't think they're good news. So, but that's, it's interesting news out of the US. It won't happen here. I can pretty much guarantee you that. So, but it's good that you're covering off the information that's available. Tom Garvey, the keto cook, is in the house. Good to see you, Tom. Thanks for coming by. Have I ever made pizza chaffle? Why, yes, I have. I basically just made I have made pizza chaffles with everything mixed into them, but then I've also made like a regular mozzarella cheese chaffle with Italian seasoning in it and then put pizza toppings on it. So yeah, multiple times we've done that for sure. I Sam what I Sam is here. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, just throwing stuff at the wall, trying to see what works for sure. That's all we can do, really. Like I say, I've been trying to do the same thing, Dustin, lately. Because like I was saying earlier, I feel like there might be some chaffle burnout kind of thing. So I don't want to sort of only do chaffle videos, right? So that's why I've been doing other types of recipes and other types of videos to see if anything works. So far it hasn't, but unfortunately you have to just keep trying different things, and sooner or later other things will work. And then I haven't done a chaffle recipe in 4 or 5 weeks now, so maybe the next one I do will get a bit of attention. So I like pizza chaffles with toppings. Yep, for sure. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate you being here. News from today is RFK Jr. is talking about banning pharma ads from TV. I need to dig deeper because TV is kind of dead. Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing too. Like that's been a thing here for decades. Pharma is not allowed to advertise on mainstream TV here. So I don't know why. Well, we all know why it's so hard to get rid of in the US, but yeah, it'd be interesting if he can actually pull that off. Yeah, thanks, Kevin at Tuber Chat. We have a place to go and blab that works, or blab what works. Yep, for sure. Yeah, Tuber Chat. If you're a creator and you haven't gone to Tuber Chat, you definitely need to check it out. Definitely a good community to help you grow. I see Jeremy came in the door. It's good to see you, Jeremy. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate you all being here tonight. After being away for 2 or 3 weeks, like I said, I can't even remember the last time when was the last time we even live streamed? That was March 12th. Holy cow. So yeah, it's been a while. So thanks for coming back to the live stream, even after missing a few weeks. So I do appreciate it immensely. Don't have time to do the playlist swaps and stuff, so I want to provide whatever I can over there to help everyone. Yep. And that's always like ultimately it's about making connections with other creators and learning from everybody. There's lots of creators there that have gone through what we're trying to go through with our channels, right? Lots of channels that have gone through that crazy growth and stuff like that. So it's always good to hear from them and their experiences. So I talk about YouTube stuff on my channel during live stream sometimes, but I think it's lost on most. Yeah, I feel bad about doing that too, Dustin, because there are lots of people that are here that aren't creators, and the stuff I talk about is probably irrelevant and, boring. But yes, I am guilty of going down the creator rabbit hole quite often myself. So I do apologize for that. You know, again, I need to get a hold of Kevin from Tuber Chat, and I want to do sort of a dedicated live stream somewhere. And even if anyone else wants to, do a live stream that's talking about specifically about YouTube and the journey of YouTube, I'd be down with doing that. I like doing, conversations here on YouTube. Like, I know me and Dustin have done live streams together a few times. So yeah, it's always fun. But yes, I get that for sure, Dustin. A lot of people are not creators. So, and I can understand if I wasn't a creator and all people were talking about was about, monetization this and watch hours that and swapping playlists and, all that kind of stuff, I'd probably get pretty bored too. So yeah. So what else was on I got to there's a few other things I have in the sort of works for videos that I definitely want to get working on. I'm going to be doing another different video about the Weber grill this spring. I've done unboxing and assembly videos for that grill, and I've done 3 years later review videos for the grill, and then I'm going to do something different with the same grill this year because, again, as a creator, one of our sort of goals is to make videos that get watched all the time, and it's not just a one-time thing. We're always trying to get videos that come up in search results when people are searching for things in on Google or on YouTube kind of thing. So, and for me, the Weber grill videos that I've done have done quite well as what we like to call evergreen content. So they're sort of always being searched and watched. So yeah, hopefully everyone's, I know it's Easter this weekend, and everyone's probably going to be pretty busy with things going on. Like I say, we've got the day off work tomorrow here. So I'm going to hopefully spend the day being a creator, because it seems like that's the only time I ever have time is when I have days off. So yeah, evergreen is the best way for sure, Dustin. But yeah, it's that finding how to create content that is found or searched for, and with things like my Weber grill videos every spring, when it's time, when people are starting to think about buying a new grill, that's when it starts to pick up again. And I see, the views go up. Like, they get views all year round, but in the spring it really creeps up because, this is the time of year that people are, thinking about, hey, I want to buy a new grill. And then they go on YouTube and Google, and they start Googling different brand names and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. Like I say, just more YouTube talk. Try to put out content that I could have used a few decades ago. Hopefully people find it before it's too late. Yeah, for sure. And like I said, I was thinking about it today. The one thing, one of the videos I might do coming up too is sort of just explain, the way I like to present stuff here on YouTube. Like when I'm doing recipe videos, I hope everyone sort of understands that it's really just for inspiration. I like to try and make that point as often as I can. I'm not a chef. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. I'm just out here trying to do things that may help people enjoy, a proper human diet a little better or a little easier. If I can put out a chaffle video that, someone enjoys and, they can find something that helps them get through any certain point of their keto journey, then really that's all I'm here doing. I'm not a professional at anything. What I am a professional at, I will never put on YouTube because I have no desire to be dragged through the comments by everyone telling me I'm doing things wrong. So what I do for a living every day could create hours and hours of content every day, but I'll never put it on YouTube because I don't want to hear it from other people. So think about all the people out there in the world have no idea how to boil water. Yeah, and that's the way I look at it too. It's simple things, right? The simple, easy things. Like everything I do, like Kevin always talks about, what he's noticed with my videos is that most of the chaffle recipes that I come up with are really simple, easy, just a few ingredients, and that's the way, and anyone who has changed their lifestyle and changed the way they're eating most people will agree that, if it's difficult and it's a lot of work and it's hard, then it's hard to stick to. But if it's easy, with simple ingredients and simple recipes, then it's a lot easier to stick to it. So yeah, get a video with 2 million views and look at the comments, especially on shorts. Shorts, oh boy, if you ever want to test your mental fortitude, get a viral short and wait for the nasty comments that you get from it. I've been there for sure. So much fun making chaffle recipes as well as getting creative with our own. Yeah. And that's ultimately, Kendra, that's sort of what I was trying to, that's my end goal, is to show people that, okay, here's what I'm doing this week. Take this and do it. Do your thing with it. Like I want people to look at what I'm doing and do their thing with it. I'm just out here trying to show people that it's really easy. How much harder is it to cube up some cream cheese and chop up some jalapenos and throw it in some cheese and egg and cook it up into a waffle or a chaffle? Couldn't be any easier than that, right? But, like Paula has said, it's one of her favorites, right? So that's the ultimate goal, is to make it fun and easy for people going forward. And I do know, Kendra, that your family has really sort of embraced the idea of trying to come up with fun and different ideas. So that's great to hear. Thank you for that. Yeah, like I say, I just keep doing what I do, and we'll see what happens. All started with a chaffle for sure. I've made a mistake of looking at the comments on videos I like this week, and it's always a mistake. Yes, for sure. I was worried that the terrible off-the-wall comments would bother me, but then they come in that fast and not even real. It's not a thing. Yeah, I find with the way I handle negative comments nowadays, I don't respond or anything. I just click like and I give it a heart and I move on. Because it just goes away. If you just ignore them that way, it's off your comment page and you don't even have to deal with it. Usually nobody's ever going to follow up on that comment. So Pashadi's here. How often do I eat chaffles? It's usually once a week or so. It's not something I eat every day kind of thing. 9 times out of 10, it's because I'm making the recipes, the chaffle recipes. That's when I'm eating them. So when it comes to my diet specifically, it is so boring. It's not funny. It's like either ground beef and eggs, burgers and eggs. I make frittatas at least twice a week because it's a nice one pan meal for me. Chicken thighs and some vegetables, stuff like that. My diet is so boring that, the chaffles that I make for my videos is the exciting part of my week. So outside of my wife joining me once a week for a live, I'm a one-man show here doing it all. So I'm a real person behind the content that people say awful things about me. Yeah, I hear you, Dustin. Yeah, easy is the way to go for sure. So many people didn't know what they were including me. Didn't know they were including. Now I do. Yeah, cool. I got a few hundred comments telling me that WM burger is people. So maybe it's funny. Brian's in the house. Good to see you, Brian. Thanks for coming in. I ate a lot of air fryer hot dogs. That sounds good. Yeah, nothing wrong with hot dogs. I just, like you say, I typically, like what I had for tonight, on live stream nights, I like to try and just do something that's fairly quick. So I grilled up 4, quarter-pound hamburger patties and, put Swiss cheese on them. And then I fried up 4 eggs and put them on top and ate them with some Chosen Foods mayonnaise because I'm lazy and I didn't feel like making my own. And that was supper tonight, and that's quite often all I need. It's enough to keep me going till the next day kind of thing. If I had an air fryer with a basket, I could throw a liner in it. I'd eat for air fried burger patties. Yeah, my wife picked up some liners for my air fryer. I should try that out for sure. It's I could probably with the basket that the Typher Dome 2 air fryer has, I could probably put 4 burgers in that and cook it pretty easily. So Brian's gifting a membership. Thank you for that, Brian. Really appreciate it. I Sam What I Sam got the membership. That's awesome. Thanks for doing that. Air fryer would just drip grease everywhere. Yeah, definitely. It's my wife picked up some like the parchment paper liners that I still need to try that and see how that turns out kind of thing. But I want to do some more things with outdoor grilling this year too. Like I want to get into like doing smoked meats, and I'm going to pick up like a cast iron griddle for the outdoor grill as well. So, another hint, if you're a creator and you buy something new, always make a video about it. Nobody is, maybe not spend a week making a video about it and, just do a decent job of unboxing it, say, hey, I got this new thing, now I'm going to try it out. And then you can even do a follow-up video seeing what you like about it or what you don't like about it, right? So if you buy something new, it's always a good idea to make a video about it because you just never know when something is going to take off and, really, really help your channel. So, I'll be the first one to admit that the first Weber video that I did when I bought that grill 4 years ago kind of thing, the unboxing and assembly video, I wish I could take it down, to be quite honest with you, because I am so ashamed of that video. I did such a bad job because I didn't really know what I was doing at that time. I was not really that good at making videos, and it just did not turn out very well. But it's my second most watched video of all time. It's sitting at 33,000 views. So, I can't take it down. It just has to stay there, and I have to live with the fact that it's not something that I would even watch probably. So, just the way it is. So, okay, well, we've reached an hour tonight. Again, I do appreciate everyone being here after my absence for a few weeks. I do apologize for that, but life does get in the way sometimes, and we got to do what we got to do. If family comes first all the time. So, we will be back here next week. We got to get back on building the. We still have to get back into our puzzle that we were building. So maybe we'll get back into that next week and move on with that. And then, or we'll have another discussion, like I say. And if anyone ever wants to, have a live discussion here on YouTube, just reach out to me, just jasonketo@gmail.com. And, come up with a topic we can chit chat about for an hour. It's always easy to do. So that's about it for this week. We'll have something out tomorrow night at 8:00 as a premiere. What that is, I don't know yet, but it'll be there. So we'll see you tomorrow night, and then we'll see you next week for another live stream. Keep on thriving, my friends.